We're having a great tournament. We got to root for USA, though, right? Anyway, Giannis watch. We're all on Giannis watch. As Giannis Antetokounmpo has made it known that he wants out of Milwaukee, and we've seen multiple reports regarding the Greek Freak. Some suggested the Warriors are not the desired destination of Antetokounmpo. Cut up with Warriors insider Monty Poole on the pregame show, and here's what he had to say about the situation.
Well, they're still trying to make a deal done, but on paper, a two-team trade looks okay, like it would work. But so far, the Bucks have been resisting what the Warriors have been offering. And so the Warriors now have to pivot and try to figure out, okay, A, can we get a third team involved that will make this deal work for us? And B, what do we do if we can't do that? Have a plan C. So I keep hearing that there's just a number of barriers in the way. And I don't want to say it's not going to happen, but the more I hear, the more I think it's going to be really difficult for the Warriors to get this done.
So last time we talked on the podcast, you said 35% chance, maybe, which gave me optimism.
Yeah.
Where would you put that at now, as of today?
20.
Oh, so it's diminished.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, and again, the problem is that other teams you got competition, So there are 4 teams right now, and there are 2 others that, from what I understand, are lurking sort of in the background. And in the summer, of course, you might have 12 teams.
Yep.
And plus everybody will know what their draft slot is. I mean, so the Bucks have logical reasons to wait. The question is, do they want to wait and just keep Giannis on the team for the next 2 or 3 months while they wait? And I'm not sure they want to do that either. So, but to do something now, for them to do something now, I think you got to overwhelm them. And I don't know if the Warriors are not in position to do that.
No pencil, but I'm still drawing all the attention, 100%. That was Giannis Antetokounmpo about an hour ago on Instagram. Facey, I don't even know what that means. You're the Instagrammer.
Feels poetic. Feels poetic. I thought that's an Instagram post?
Yeah.
Well, he is drawing all the attention. We're on Giannis. We've been on Giannis watch for the last month, waiting for him to hit you. I mean, Monty, Mully, you breaking it down?
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm assuming like something like a pencil with an eraser so he can change his mind, or Miami, Minnesota, Golden State. And have an eraser?
Every day, different decision?
I guess.
I mean, I get why he has the attention. I mean, Giannis is a player that people are looking at. There's so much parity in the West especially that people feel like if you add this guy who's a 2-time MVP, offensively and defensively, he can give you the boost that you need to make a jump in the West. So I get it. But at this point now, I think the Warriors are watching these games, and I'm watching these games like, man, you could really use Giannis. The Warriors shot 2 free throws today. I mean, they're missing Jimmy Butler. They're missing their inside presence, Jonathan Kuminga. They just need somebody to be able to get to the cup at will, and that's what Giannis brings to the table. So I get it. I see why. Yes, you are drawing all the attention, Giannis.
But what does that tweet mean? We don't know.
No pencil, but he's drawing all the attention. It's true. He is drawing all the attention. It's just poetic.
Okay. All right. But without Jimmy Butler, okay, the 2 things he brought to this team, Bonte and Festus, free throw attempts and taking care of the basketball. And that's probably the 2 biggest things tonight that cost the Warriors the game. As you mentioned, just 2 free throws for the entire game.
Right.
Balanced attack, 48 of their 78 attempted shots were threes. Then they turned the ball over 20 times. Those are 2 things Jimmy Butler changed immediately about this team. So you have to figure that out. Of course, Giannis would help that for sure. Hopefully while he was writing that tweet,
He wasn't watching this game.
correct. Because at that point, I could see maybe the next tweet being, yo, Festus, let me get that hat.
I'm going to
Because,
Minnesota.
I'm going somewhere cold.
Oh, my gosh.
So
I tell you, the poll
hopefully he's
question
busy
of the evening.
tweeting and not watching the second half here.
Dub Nation has hope they'll make a move before the deadline. 64% of the fans say, yes, the Dubs will make a move at the deadline.
I think that 64% of fans are like, yes, please make a move before the deadline. I think that's what that is.
How do most say, Green, what are we doing with Draymond Green? What are we going to do with Draymond Green, Willie?
Well, look, at some point in all players' careers, these things, come up. Sometimes they happen, sometimes they don't. It's part of having a long, illustrious, tremendous career, and Draymond has had that, no question. But when you're talking about a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo on the market, basically Milwaukee's calling the deal. So if they want Draymond in the deal, he'll be in the deal. I don't think there's a scenario where Milwaukee comes back and says, well, we'll take those 4 or 5 picks, whatever that deal may be, but instead of Jimmy Butler's contract, we want Draymond's. I don't think the Warriors are in a position to say no to that. So, if that deal does go through, there's a possibility that they'll go a different direction. But I think Milwaukee is holding all the cards, not just with the Warriors, with all the deals that they're fielding.
I mean, Draymond's resume with the Warriors, it's incredible. Second-round pick, been able to do everything from changing the way his body is to being an incredibly conditioned athlete, to Defensive Player of the Year, being a running mate to Stephen Clay, a guy who made the offense run. Now I think this is the point for the Warriors where they're trying to figure out, how do they take the next step? How do you maximize Steph's last few years? And if that's what it comes down to, Milwaukee is going to be the team calling the shots. And I told you, Bonte, if they call you by mistake, Bonte, you better answer the phone.
Oh, I am.
Okay?
It's on ring.
Milwaukee,
I'm usually on silent.
If you answer it, they might say, Doc Rivers, what are you answering the phone for? Thought you're supposed to be coaching us.
I just think you should trade him to the Bay Area. And I'll go to the Bay. I'll go.
That sounded like, no, never mind. I think that with Draymond, this is one of those tough decisions, right? This is where the business of basketball comes into play. You're trying to make a move, and it has to be less emotional and more about what Milwaukee wants and what that business deal is going to look like.
Could have been the last game Draymond Green plays in a Warrior uniform in this building. It's kind of surreal. Now, who knows what could happen? Monty Poole said 20% chance. So I'm less optimistic, Mully.
I mean, we've seen Luka Doncic get traded. I saw Klay Thompson get traded, or not traded, but he signed with the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, even when I signed with another team, for me, like that feeling, you never get away from that first time you get traded or the first time you sign with another team. That's always an emotional response. It'll be an emotional response for the team, for the fan base as well.
It's a weird part of having such a long, illustrious career. And it's the blessing too. And like Draymond will, and look, who knows what's going to happen? But his stature is cemented in stone. All the things he's done in his career for this franchise, and then like you said, when you get into dealing with high-level star players, it always involves everybody. That's just the deal. That's how it goes.
All right, Keith Santos. He's been playing some good
As it
basketball.
pertains to the Warriors, might move Draymond. Draymond has been Steph Curry's security guard, if you will. Draymond on the court. Draymond Green has been the enforcer. Draymond Green has been the janitor. Draymond Green has done the dirty work. That's what I mean when I imply he's been the janitor. Are you shocked? Are you shocked? What's your instant reaction?
No, I'm not shocked. Again, I put this in a little bit in the category of James Harden being moved. And I told you Golden State has the highest payroll in the league. And he has a player option for next year. So he's either going to exercise it or they have to extend him. One or the other. Wow. They can't afford either one at this point. And they've committed to Jimmy. And let's face it, I mean, the heart of it is Draymond's just not what he once was, and he's not close to what he once was. I think it's partly on him, and the other part is the league has caught up. Like, we got bigs now. We got bigs now who do everything that Draymond does. We got 7-footers who can operate from the top and make plays. And so they're stuck financially. And quietly being around the team a lot, Draymond's just become kind of a load. Like there's more friction and there's more conflict that he creates than there is good. I think you guys know this from your experience as athletes.
Let me ask you this, because you live in the Bay Area still?
He's right.
Yep.
So you live in the Bay Area. Again, if y'all watching the Speakeasy, Rick Bucher been covering the NBA for over 30 plus years, covering the Warriors, so has unique information you won't find anywhere else. Slick, break this down. Tell us something about the Draymond Green tension this season that the world may not have seen or heard on ESPN or read. Like, why do you believe Draymond Green's tenure in Golden State may be coming to an unforeseen end?
A big part of it is simply that he he's had to extend the histrionics in order to create the intimidation factor. And it has resulted in him getting kicked out of games where they need him. And when you're doing all that Draymond was doing in the past, you can forgive some of that. And I was going to say, you guys know this as athletes, right? There's the demand or the management, the maintenance that you require, and there's the production.
Yeah.
And as long as the production is higher than the maintenance, then you're good.
Yeah.
But when the maintenance and the issues become greater than the production, that's when teams make a move.
Yep.
And that's where I just feel like what Draymond is able to do for the Warriors at this point no longer outweighs all of the issues that he brings along.
Hey, for clarity, Rick, the chat is saying that you were invited to the cookout, but we already knew that. Let's keep this conversation going. If the Warriors get rid of Draymond, has Steph Curry won his last title in Golden State? He's never won one without Draymond, obviously.
Whether they move Draymond or not, that ship has sailed.
Oh,
Whoa, what? Wait.
Let him cook, Shady.
I don't want him to cook.
He at the cookout. Let him cook.
But I know where Shady's going.
All right, can we address that? The elephant in the room? It's a big elephant in this room.
But
Not yet. Not yet.
All right, okay.
Whether Draymond is there or not, you think they've won their last one?
Yes. Steph Curry is about to turn 38 years old.
Okay.
Let's look at what Oklahoma City has. Let's look at what Denver has. Let's look at what San Antonio has. How are they getting out of the West?
Yeah.
Those teams don't just have superstars in their prime.
Yep.
They have depth and versatility. And in the case of Oklahoma City and San Antonio, if they're missing a piece, they got oodles of young talent and draft picks to go fortify things. So I just don't see, like, Steph can be everything that he is, and you can go get another superstar and put it next to him. But again, what did I say? They're $236 million already in salary cap. Like, they don't have the wherewithal to go get the other pieces that you need. You need at least an 8-man rotation, quality 8-man rotation, if you're going to think about beating San Antonio, Denver, or Oklahoma City. And by the way, the Rockets and Minnesota are going to be no picnicky.
This the issue I have with Slick. Because last year together we talked about this.
I don't know the network.
And you thought that the Warriors had no chance to beat Houston Rockets, the number 2 seed. No chance.
Okay.
And how did that go? Oh, they're too old. They're too old. They're too small. They lost, right? They lost. Then there's no way possible they got a chance against the Timberwolves.
They lost in 5.
Okay, let me remind the people. The first game Steph Curry played on the road, what did they do? They won. All right. Yeah. He got hurt. He didn't play no more the rest of that season or that series. If he plays, you know how that goes down. You know how that goes down. Okay, fast forward.
I also know he's about to turn 38. What are the chances that he's going to get through another season and not get hurt again?
I don't know about these ages and all that. I know what he looks like. I know Kevin Durant is older. I know what he looks like. I know LeBron a year ago, what he looked like. I know what Steph Curry looks like today at 37. I don't know what he's a starter in the All-Star game for a reason. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying they're going to win a championship tomorrow. I'm not saying that. But you bringing the right player there, with the right coaching there, they already have culture. I had a chance. I ran into Rich Paul probably like 2 weeks ago. We was talking for like 30 minutes. And he said, there's certain teams that got to have these superstars there and the right ones from the work. And there's other teams that don't need that because they have winning culture. You know the first team he said? The Warriors. Right. Yeah. If we get the right pieces and we have a certain draft picks, right, that a coach could develop, because that's what we do, we will have a chance.
Let's ask about that right piece. Let's ask about that right piece before we move to the next conversation. Yeah. Rick, any chance Giannis will go on to Antetokounmpo joins the Golden State Warriors? Any chance?
Well, of course there's a chance.
Okay.
So you're saying there's a chance.
That's right.
but I don't like the percentage. and here's the biggest part. And I don't know, like, there's a lot of information out there, and it's hard to sort through exactly what is on the level. But this is what I've heard, and it makes sense to me, which is Giannis knows the same Western Conference that I described to you.
Mm-hmm.
It is loaded.
Yeah.
If he stays in the East, and there's like 3 or 4 different teams he could go to, and they immediately are in the conversation to getting to the finals. And if you can get to the finals, anything can happen.
Yeah.
So why go to a Warriors team where it's you and Steph and Jimmy at what, 36, coming off of an ACL?
Yeah.
And then if Bajemski and Kuminga and all your future first-round picks are out the door, how? And by the way, did I mention Steph Curry's 38? How many more years is he going to play with Giannis? Like, I'm just saying, if I'm in Giannis's shoes, I would like to think and I want to win championships and play for them. There are places in the East that could probably get me there close, or at least get me closer.
Really well said. Before we get to the last topic with Rick Bucher, Trey, I know we got a super chat for Slick Rick. I do not want to miss the super chats. Is it?
Oh yeah, it's